I'm not talking about rich people. I'm talking about your average Joe. I mean, would you come here to live here or just go to the crazy town? It's called Tehran. Pollution inside the tunnel is just crazy, and there's a lot of noises and whatever, the dust and noise and the crazy drivers. It's just horror. It's completely horror, and it's a really long tunnel. I just came out of nowhere and just stuck there. This is the craziest part. They're trying to fix up this little ditch, little path, whatever is here. Anyway, so life is really brilliant. Oh, another tunnel. Why? What the fuck? I hate tunnels. I hate fucking tunnels. Shaped all over the place. I mean, these hills are being shaped by the, I'm assuming the Iranian military, because they own the country or something like that. Oh, potatoes, lots of potatoes around here. You could, if you think you could just get away out of the Tehran, go someplace else, you should think again, because, okay, so there's a tiny little town over there. I'm not sure if my height is enough to just take a look around, and anything else, if there is a town, there's a suburb part around it. I mean, you assume something like that, but in Iran, if there is a town, just expect anything else is just military site. Anything else. I mean, that mountain, that hills, and that whatever is going on here, there, anywhere, is just belong to military. You don't know who owns it, but you better be sure where you're going. I mean, if you're not sure, if you're not really positive, if you're not really know the people around you, you better not to just try it, because if they catch you, they would just, you know, it's gonna be crazy ugly. Say, I'm not a spy, I'm not here for espionage, anything, any reason like that, but they would put some remark on you, and they would catch you up on that. Anyway, so this is supposed to be a little river. That ditch over there, I'm not sure if you could see it. Back then it was good enough water, enough people actually could swim inside of it, but right now it's really small ditch. I mean, there's barely any water in it. So that bridge over there, it just doesn't make any sense. And this river is just really controversial, because it is going to end up near the Iranian secret nuclear facilities. So you better not to chase the river. I don't know what am I doing, because right now it's just end of the season. I mean, end of the biking season. Stop, man. Tunnel. Iranian tunnel are just hell. I mean, they're like an amusement park. You don't need an amusement park. If you have this traffic overtaking each other inside the tunnel, it's really fascinating. Oh my god, this is really dusty and annoying. I can't feel myself. This is a controversial river I was talking about. This is a river. It's supposed to be a river. I mean, back then it has fishes and some creatures living inside of it. But right now, I don't even think the frogs would survive in this polluted water. I mean, it looks clear to you, but it's contaminated. And I'm pretty much sure, because the sewage system is just messy around here, and don't expect much. But it is a water regardless. So if you haven't seen a water inside the dry land, I mean, look around, seriously. I don't know what was happening millions of years ago. I mean, there has to be some erosion to cause and make this nature around it. I mean, these hills are supposed to be part of some under crust of the earth erosion, or just reshaping the surface of the earth. But right now it's dry as hell. I mean, it's dry as freaking unbelievable. And this is a part of the, I mean, take a look, these are trees, so you would assume back then, I mean, this was some place, I mean, with water and something like that, there would be some trees or some nature around it. I mean, there's some plants that could just survive in this harsh nature back then. But today, with the people just harvesting anything and just seizing the lands and taking the in a granted. So there is no way. Anyway, what was I talking? I'm just trying to go to the other side. I have no idea how the hell can I do that. I'm not sure if there is even a possibility to do that. I don't want to go anywhere further. I just want to go back home. But here, when you, not just in this country, I mean in Middle East, when you get out of the city, when you get out of the major cities, there is absolutely exhausting, boring, God's know what nonsense nature I'm looking for. There's a dry, unbelievable, man. This is really crazy. These fuckers, look at that. Look at that. Focus on my own conversation. This fucking piece of shit. This fire fucking piece of shit. This is why I should just ride my own in the middle of the lane. I'm trying to just overtake. I'm going somewhere. I don't know. Where the fuck can I go? Can I? What the fuck? This was brilliant. This was really interesting. So okay, now just imagine if it was like a winter or whatever, it would be really brilliant. It would be really fantastic. Anyway, life is brilliant just by itself. Where is this place anyway? Who owns these places? Who owns these lands? Who really owns anything? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck was that anyway? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? This is the only biker I've seen like from a long time ago. Take a look around. This is a typical Iranian bypassing or mid state or what kind of interstate little town. It usually have some restaurants and some grocery stuff around, but because it's just near to the Tehran, the capital of the Iran, it has some construction or related to the construction shops, because some people are just developing the land. They're just building up out of nowhere. But if you take a look, some of these buildings are really old. I mean, they're just, I mean, I'm assuming they're like 70 years old, 80 years old, who knows what the hell happened. I mean, there was, if you haven't born in this town, specifically in this town, would you ever come here? I mean, would you start some, I mean, with what mentality you would just come here and say, I'm gonna start a new life here? I mean, would you do that? Would you? So these are rich people. Doesn't matter, they're rich. Anyway, that is not a mosque, it's just a building. And that another crazy building is just looking like a Chinese knockoff version of. Why people just don't go and populate those small little town in Italy and some other small countries and touristy spots of the Europe? Because they have some, you know, their culture wouldn't let them to do that. I mean, they would stop and they would digress to just change the nature of their own community or whatever. But here in this part of the town and in this kind of culture, it's just, if you have money, why not? You would just do anything. And redeveloping, not in a positive sense, it's just redeveloping to just make God know what. I don't know, I've lost my own track. But this is a typical Iranian, a small town. Take a look. You're not gonna see something like this anywhere, because I'm not gonna leave the Iranian capital to just come to these fucked up places. The same car you're gonna see here, you're gonna see in the Iranian capital, the same nature, the same food, because it's relatively the communist nation. It's not communist, but it is communist nation. Anything you're gonna face and see in Tehran, you're gonna face and see here. But if you have money, if you have a connection, you may have some privilege to do some crazy things. Otherwise, it is what it is.